Then you bring it down here, balance BD, which is 820. So this is the balance of the adjusted card book. Then we prepare bank reconciliation statement. So this is a bank reconciliation statement for the month of July 1999. So these are bank reconciliation statement. Now, what we now do is that we just write balance. You know, we have the balance adjusted because after you must have done this, then you want to know the bank balance at the bank statement balance at the end of the day. So balance, you bring it forward here. You write balance as per adjusted card book. And that is 820. That is 830. Remember, and you add unpresented check. Now, remember the other time that we have something like an information unpresented check. Let's go back to question H, which says check drawn amounted to 80 naira had not been paid into the bank. That is the amount has been drawn to the customer, but the customer has not made effect the payment at the end of the day. So you add it back to your card book, of which I explained the other time. So you add this, which is 800, and there is no other information again. So you add it together. That gives you 900 naira. Then less uncredited check. So add unpresented check, which is 8 naira. Then you add it. That makes it 900 naira. Then we will now less uncredited check. Remember that, let's go back to question K, that a check of 1,800 paid into the bank on July 31st, 1999 did not appear on the bank pass sheet until August. So as at that time they are preparing the check has been deposited in the bank, but is that it has been received, but bank, it has not been credited by the bank. So that is what we call uncredited check. I told you that bank reconciliation statement has to do with a lot of interpretations, because the way you interpret it determines where those accounts belong to. So here we have a uncredited check, which is 1,800. Now let's go back to that number G. It said check paid into the bank has been incorrectly totaled. You know, I told you the other time that those funds are not going into the adjusted card book. We do justice to them when we get to bank reconciliation. So now G is said check paid into the bank had been incorrectly totaled. So this is not undercast, or neither it is overcast. It is there is what we call error. So there is an error when the bank are doing the total figures of the checks that is paid into bank. So in that case, we write bank error. So, and the error that occurs there are different types of errors that can occur. Error might occur like paying Tayo's account into Tayo's account. It can occur. So it's also kind of error, because those bank errors, they take many forms. It is not only restricted to this incorrect calculations of figures. It can only come in form of when an account, a personal account, maybe for example Tayo's account is being posted into Tayo's account. It's also another thing which we call bank error. So in the cause of that, it should have been 340 instead of 300. Now what we are now going to do here is we do the adjustment, which is 340, because it is total 340 instead of 300. It should be 300 instead of 340. So because the error has occurred, we will now deduct it. 340 minus 300, that is 14 naira. So that is the technique in which we prepare our bank reconciliation statement. Then let's add it. This plus this is 18,400. Now you discover here that this is greater than this. That is the reason why I told you the other time, referring you back to the question that they said his bank statement showed an overdraft balance of 940. So here now there is what we call overdraft balance. I mean this one is 2,000, this one is 11,400. It is not overdraft, but since this one is greater than this one, we have what we call overdraft. So the sign of overdraft is this sign. So you put it this minus this. That is so that is Fakunle is having an overdraft of 940 naira. So I told you the techniques in knowing how, when you are preparing your bank reconciliation statement, to know at the end of the day that when the errors and all those things have been adjusted, you will later arrive at your bank statement, which will be given in the question. So that is another way of getting your bank reconciliation balance. And if you discover at the end of the day you didn't get this, you could have known that there is what we call misposting of items. Maybe some that are supposed to be in the credit side, you post it in the debit side. So by getting this, you could have discovered that it is also written in the question, of which you know that you get the O mark at the end of the day. So instead of writing bank statement, if it's a bank statement, you just write balance as per overdraft, because it is an overdraft. That means Fakunle has withdrawn, what we call something overdraft is when you withdraw more than you have in your bank account. Take for example, you have 900 and you withdraw 1,800. That's what, so you are having overdraft of 900. That's what we call overdraft. But if it is not overdraft, you just write bank as per bank statement, which is the figures that you might be given in the question. So that is that about adjusted cash book. And another thing is that you might be given a question like this. You might not be told to prepare adjusted cash book. You might be given this kind of information, and you may not be asked to prepare adjusted cash book. You will only be given, the examiners might told you that you should prepare bank reconciliation statement only. And in the course of that, what you will do is that you will prepare the bank statement only, and you not prepare adjusted. But if you have to prepare adjusted cash book and bank reconciliation, then you prepare this and you prepare. But if you are not told to prepare adjusted, just to prepare only bank reconciliation statement for month of July 1999. So if you have to prepare only bank reconciliation statement given this information above, what you will do is that it's very simple. The same interpretation you interpret in adjusted, that is what you are going to apply here. As you all know that this adjustment, this is add, and this is what, this is left. What we will just do is that you prepare bank reconciliation statement, if you are just asked to prepare this only, what you will now do is that, going back to the question, this is how you do it. Debit balance of 3,000, you just say balance as per cash book. So you just write 3,800. Then those information that associate with the debit side, you just bring them down here, like payment overcast, that is 860 minus 680, so that one is let's say 180 naira. Then receipt undercast, 200 minus 180, that is 20. Then unrecorded checks 20, and credit transfer, that is 200. So this is this plus this, and this is 240. So we just add it, 4,220. So what you just need to do is that you just the same